Okay, let's go into a little bit about reading and writing to the console. Again, and when we talk about the console, we're talking about what's down here on the screen, right? Again, we're not getting into user interfaces yet. It's going to take you a while to do that. So as you can see, I'm still using my little hello world shell only because it's quick and easy to make changes to it. You should probably be creating a new class each time so that you have reference to go back to. So the purpose of this program this time would be to read and write to the console. And we've done some of this already, right? We've already used system.out.println and we've printed to the console, right? So if I run this program with system out println hello, it prints hello to the console. So println is one method we can use to write to the console. Another one at this point is going to be print. The only difference between print and println is that println, after it displays this string, it kind of puts a carriage return and moves the cursor down to the next line. So let's do an example here. Let's say after this I typed system.out.println and I put goodbye, right? And I run this program. I get, oops, sorry, forgot my semicolon. I get hello on one line and goodbye on the next line. And that's because println says after you display hello, move the cursor to the beginning of the next line to get ready to print. Now, there's another method we can use to print called print. And print is almost identical to println, except it does not put a carriage return at the end of the string. So for instance, if I changed this first println to a print and I ran this, now the hello is directly followed by goodbye, because after the hello, print does not put a new line bringing us down to here. It just leaves the cursor right up here. Now, why is this useful? Sometimes it's useful because we want to build some kind of string, right? Like maybe I'll want to say, and I could do all these things in one line, but it's useful sometimes to do it in two lines. So let's say I had, int x, int y, right? And I had x equals 5 and y equals 10, right? And I wanted to put x value and then plus x. And then let's make this a print line for now, and then y value and then plus y, right? Now if I run this, I'm gonna get one line that says x value and then followed by 5, and then one line on the next line it's gonna say y value and it's gonna be followed by 10, right? So if I run this code, I get it like that. Let's say I wanted to save a little room and put them on the same line. Well, I have a choice. I could do this. I could put system.out.println and I could put x value colon plus x, and then I could put plus y value colon plus y. So what's this going to do? This is going to print x value colon space, and then it's going to replace the x with 5, and then it's going to append a comma y value, right? And it's going to put it all on one line in this print line, right? So if I run the code now, the first line has it all on one line. Now, possibly, I might have thought, instead of doing that, I might have thought it would have been easier just to change these lines around to do it. So for instance, if I take this out and I wanted to do the same thing using two lines of code, I could change the first to a print, right? And then run it, and I'll see what happens because I want to show you this mistake. It's the most common mistake. And run it, and now on the same line I get x value colon 5 and then y value colon 10. But look, there's no space between the 5 and the y, and let's see why there's no space. Right after this print, it leaves the cursor right at the end of that that line. So then when it starts printing here, the Y comes right after that 5. So what I really need to do is I need to put like a comma space there so that after the 5 that's replaced for the X, the comma space is gonna look nicer in the formatting. So now I have my nice line. It's formatted correctly using a print and a print line. One of the common mistakes people make with print and print line is they don't know when the new line is going to get printed. Some people think print line puts a new line first and then the string. In reality, though, a print line prints whatever's in quotes wherever the cursor happened to be, and then it puts a new line at the end of it. Okay, now let's get into a couple little tricks here. Let's say we're back to our convention where we had, our 2 lines, right? And I ran this just to refresh your memory. So I have these 2 lines here, x value 5, y value 10. Let's say I wanted a blank line in between the x and value and the y value. So what people tend to do is they'll do something like this, system.out print line, and they'll just leave that blank, right? And the reason they do that is because they figure it out on their own, and they put a blank print line. And now if I run it, I get my blank line in there, so it seems like it works. That really isn't the most efficient way of doing it. It's not a bad way, but it's not the most efficient way. What you can do is you can use some special characters inside of the quotes to get it to print a blank line. And the special character is, I'm going to append a \n. And a \n means new line, right? So this line is going to print x value colon 5. Then it's going to put a new line here. And then since it's a print line, it's going to put another new line. So that would leave a blank line in there. So if I run it, I end up with the same thing as I did if I put a print line with nothing in it. Now I could do this multiple times. I could put \n, and now that's going to put an extra new line in there, right? And I can see these lines being formed, right? So that's a useful special character to learn, and we'll definitely learn more of these in the future. So for now, you can get by for most of your printing with a print and a print line. Later on in some tutorials, we'll learn how to format numbers and strings better using a different method, but for now, print and print line should get you pretty far.